Okay, it's Wednesday, January 25th. This is a pre-open SPY report with about 20 minutes to go before the open. Obviously, the market's going to move down here to start the session. You can look here, the whole pre-market range has been drifting lower on the 1-minute chart. What's interesting here is we're right at a key point as to whether this will really strongly continue. Obviously, you're going to have to play the downside to start. We'll see what kind of 15-minute red bar forms here. But all you're doing at the moment, down at the lower blue line here of the pre-market range, is taking out that inside bar, working towards its first target. It does turn the weekly chart temporarily red below this yellow line, so that's fine. But the thing is, you're coming into this fair value gap right in here, which could be some support. So when you have a one bar like this, an inside bar, and you come down, it is possible to hit the target and then fail and then come right back up through. And if we come to the halfway point of yesterday's bar to the upside, we could be continuing higher. And again, the key thing is, are we going to reach this purple line, which turns that weekly chart, into a potential outside week to the downside? If we hit this purple line, then that's kind of the expectation. And it might even be a little lower than that, somewhere down here. You never know at the exact halfway point. But as long as we kind of hold in here, maybe we're just coming down for one day. And then either by today we have a big reversal, or maybe tomorrow it's a two down, two up, kind of two down, day here, and then a two up day tomorrow. But we could follow through, and if we do, then watch to see if we kind of hit this purple line in here. And this is the fair value gap between the high of this bar and the low of this bar, right at the midway point of the prior week. So this is going to be interesting to see if we get strong follow through, which you're going to kind of expect. And then at that point, if not, maybe we reverse, come back up through the pre-market low, come back up through that weekly bar, and then eventually get back to the halfway point of yesterday, which would signal a failure of the inside day breakout. It's a little tricky because, with this such a negative opening, you got to go with it. But key levels to monitor, and we'll look at structure here on the 15. I'll turn this into a 15-minute chart. We're just going to see, how this structure, if it'll be obvious if we come down, how about just an orderly pullback and continue. That'll be the way you'll know what kind of directional day. But you can see this is some inefficient pricing in here on the way up, and we could just be filling that in around the halfway point and starting back up at some point. So, we'll stay to the downside. Obviously, Microsoft disappointed. I shot a video yesterday showing how it went up right after the earnings, but then they came out with guidance, so it came all the way back down. And that could be dragging, the market much lower here. Would have been a shame to buy it up here right out of the gates after the announcement, and now be down all that amount. But anyway, we'll see what happens today. I guess you got to stick with the downward buys to start, but I really want to see the structure kind of unfold with follow through to the downside. Oops, move that about to there, and see where it goes. But definitely start with the downside, but just be aware that it could be an area that just doesn't follow through. At that point, until you really get some kind of key intraday reversal on the day, I'm not going to get long too aggressively, but it is possible to fail an inside bar to the downside and start up. Just keep that in mind. Otherwise, let's just see if we really continue lower, which I guess we probably will try to do. And then if we take that out, then we can be kind of going a higher high here on the daily chart, maybe a lower low there. Again, turning the whole weekly chart down, and this could be the start of a potential, failure to the upside. But let's just see how it unfolds today.